everyone. My name is Caitlin Schaefer, and for the hero portrait, I chose my dad. The reason why I chose my dad was because he is probably one of the strongest people that I have ever met. No matter the battles or challenges he has faced throughout his life, he has always taken them and used them for the better good in order to push him for better things. And he has come a long way from the stories that he's told me when he was younger. But this photo in specific, I chose it because a little while ago he had sent me it, and it's actually a original photograph from when he was in the military. And I chose it mainly because whenever he sent that, he sent this long text about something his sergeant used to say, and at the end of it, he would always say, "Bravo, Bulldogs," and he's told me that little excerpt of what his sergeant would say a couple of times, but it's always kind of stuck with me, and it's a big part of his life that he likes to remember, and that's why there is a bulldog right here, and then the Bravo Bulldogs. But as you can notice, the American flag is kind of coming out of the lines a little bit. It looks kind of messed up, but it is on purpose. I wanted to be able to represent kind of how nothing is perfect, and he has always told me that nobody is perfect and that doesn't matter. You just take what you have and you build with it. So I wanted to make sure to represent that just because it is part of who he is and part of how he has raised me to be, but I really enjoyed how it turned out overall. And for the monochromatic color, I chose blue because I think it goes well with the image overall. I think it kind of adds to the military aspect a little bit. And for the complementary, I chose orange and purple because personally I just really enjoy those colors together, and I feel like they always draw attention very quickly, and I really like the way that this one turned out. For the split complementary, I chose the orange, purple, and green, and then I added the black in there. This one kind of reminds me of the Scooby-Doo color scheme, but I think it's very loud and punctual, and I think that also adds to kind of who my dad is. He is a very not outgoing, but he says what needs to be said. And for the double complimentary, I took things in a little bit of a different direction and went for more muted, calm tones, and I think that goes well with, well, his calm side. He's not super outgoing. He is quiet when he needs to be and just likes to relax, and I really like how the purple, orange, yellow, and blue complement each other, and I think it's very, like, when you look at the double complementary versus the split complementary, the double looks very just soothing overall, and I like that a lot. For the analogous color scheme, I chose the blue, dark green, and this lighter greenish yellow color, and then the light blue. I chose that because it does look very, to me, like this screams military, even though there isn't any red in it. I think these two shades complement each other very well, and I think the light blue just looks really pretty as the background, and that's probably one of my favorites because I feel like it draws attention, but at the same time it's not too much attention, and I adjusted all of these hue or saturations and brightness so that it would complement a little bit better than it did when I just did the plain choosing the colors, but I think this one speaks a lot to who he is. It kind of combines the boldness and softness, and I think it just works out very well. And for the triadic color scheme, I chose the yellow, blue, and red, which I did also adjust these just like I did with every other image, but I think originally I actually was going to do the yellow in this area right here, but I ultimately decided not to because overall I think the yellow just looks very good as the background. It shows a soft, like, it's a soft background with the punctual red and blue and black against it, and it kind of makes you, like, if you were to look at someone wearing this shirt, you would immediately just notice those colors. And it also speaks to the idea of keeping the theme of the military aspect. Even without the white being in here, I still really enjoy it because it just, I think the yellow does well replacing the white overall. And this is what I chose as my final design because this was my overall favorite one. As I mentioned before, it kind of shows the soft meets bold with the bold army looking green and the soft blue. I just really like the way it all complements very well. And this is the final t-shirt mock-up. I'm very happy with how this turned out overall, and I think honestly it would be a shirt that I would purchase if it was a real thing. And I think the soft blue just would look great being worn around, and then when someone turns around they could just immediately notice this vector logo. But overall I really enjoyed this project, and thank you all for watching.